So this right here is the future office of Salcido Lawn and my office. Right now it's kind of a catch-all slash break room slash junk room, and the reason why we haven't done anything with it is I have a really nice water leak. Here in the office it was much worse to where it would actually flood this entire area every time it rained. They did get most of it sealed up, but it still leaks, and until they get it fixed, I don't want to move expensive computers and stuff like that in here. So this will eventually be the office of Salcido Lawn, but for now it's kind of a catch-all. In here I do have something I'd like to point out, is our refrigerator. And much like what Kirk has, the biggest badass of 2018?
Yeah.
Biggest Badass 2018, Salcido Lawn, Biggest Badass 2017. We have a refrigerator for the guys. We keep it stocked with Gatorades, Monsters, Red Bull, water, all kinds of stuff. And I told all the crews that they're welcome to come in here at any time, grab what they need. They don't have to ask me. That this is simply for them as a benefit of working for our company. And I have had multiple guys come to me since we implemented it and tell me thank you so much, that they appreciate it. Because sometimes they may rush out of the house in the morning and forget to grab their drinks or whatever, but this is a way that they can take some cold beverages with them when they hit the road and still have a great day working. So I did like Kirk's idea, and I'm gonna steal it, of putting popsicles. So soon to come, I'm gonna put some popsicles in here. So I like that idea. I'm gonna steal it. That's my idea now. So drinks for your
Hey,
cruise.
actually, let's talk about that real quick, because I responded to a couple of comments on the last video where people were kind of talking about seeing ideas in the video and feeling like it was stealing ideas to like directly implement something from the video. That is the point of these videos, is for you to see something that a guy like Marvin or like Kirk is doing and just steal it. Like, if they didn't want you to know about it, they would tell me not to film it. And also, like I said in one of the comments, good artists copy, great artists steal. Like, you're running a business too. If you see an idea that you like and you think would help your business, there's no law that keeps you from directly copying it. Stealing it, which that quote kind of means like you're adapting it to your business. Please do that. We're making these videos because we want to help you. You don't need to feel like guilty or anything about that. If they didn't want you to know about the idea, they wouldn't tell you about it.
Yeah, that's right. So, hey, like they say, there's no new ideas in the world, and there's not. I mean, most of this stuff that I have implemented, I have seen it somewhere else. I have looked at hundreds of setups of hundreds of landscape trucks before we set ours up. I literally have on my computer a file of truck ideas, of pictures of other people's trucks that I have copied and just saved, so that I have ideas for when I set stuff up. So steal it. It's yours.
In the marketing world, what Marvin just described, we call a swipe file. When I see an ad on Facebook for whatever it's for, you know, a car, you know, whatever the ad is for, some like stupid event that's trying to get me to go to it, if I like the copy and I like the way they set up their image, I take a screenshot of it and I keep it on my computer so that I can look at it later and adapt those ideas for whatever I'm working on. So that is 100% what we're encouraging you to do. Consider these videos your lawn care swipe file.
Absolutely. Do it. Yes. I'm Marvin, and I approve this message.
I'm just gonna put that at the end of the video.
So I don't office where my shop is right now. When we first moved to our shop on the central side, well, it's actually very centrally located to our town. When we first moved there was no office space available, and I was needing to find office space quickly, and lo and behold, my dad had this, my dad's the pastor of a church here in town, and he had some extra office space, and he told me that I was more than welcome to use it for as long as I needed. And he was very gracious to allow me to move in here. And so that's how I ended up over here with my office across town from where my shop is. And it's worked out pretty nice so far. I eventually do want to move my office to where the shop is, and we're working towards that. I hope to have that completed within the next few months. But we'll get it done. We'll get moved over there, and then that way I'm around when the guys are getting back at the end of the day, and just to help with that team building, the camaraderie, and to help build the culture of our company, because I think that having a good culture is what is helping us to retain really good employees. So I like being around when the guys are getting back at the end of the day. A lot of times if I know that they're finishing up the route, I'll drive across town just to be there when they get back, to kind of debrief the day, so to speak, and see if they had any problems, anything that we need to address, or just to encourage them if they've had a long day. I had a crew a week or so ago that, because of all the rain that we had, they were getting back late every single day. And many days I would be there at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night when they were getting back at the end of the day, just to encourage them, because they were doing great work. They were just behind because of the weather. And so I just wanted to encourage them and be there for them, let them know that, you know, I'm not just clocking out at 5 o'clock and going home, that I'm right there with them to help them with anything that they need. So been a little inconvenient having my office across town, but we make it work. It's been good. It's been helpful the way that we had it set up, but like I said, I eventually do want to move across town so where I'm closer to the shop and the guys. So.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your desk setup here. So you've got like a pretty big second monitor there,
yeah,
and then your laptop is normally here. We're using your iPad as a stand-in.
Yes, I accidentally left my laptop at home today, but if it was a normal day, I would have turned around and went back, got it. But my laptop normally sits here. I have a second monitor here where I can actually pull up 1 or 2 screens if I need to. I can kind of split screen it. I typically do the majority of my work from here, just for simplicity's sake, and I will blow up and use it as a single monitor so it's easy for me to read. I'll do my scheduling, everything right here. But when I do need two screens, I have my laptop here, and this is a second monitor I can flip back and forth. So if you don't have multiple monitors, get a second monitor. They're super helpful. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. It changed mine. 2 monitors, well, that's 4, but 2 monitors, gotta have them. So super, super, super important. Since January 1st of this year, we have grown quite a bit, as we talked about either earlier or later in this video, depending on how it's edited. And right now, I'm the only one that's physically in the office. And even from time to time, I do still have to go out. I check on the guys. I have to run parts. If we have a machine breakdown, I'll go run them an extra machine or whatever. I'm kind of the operations manager / scheduler / bidder guy. And how we've been able to make that work is we have partnered with a call center. We use Call Boss, and they have been amazing. They are very familiar with Service Autopilot and how we do our bidding and stuff like that. So when they take our calls, they're actually inputting a new lead, measuring out the property, and sending out our quotes for us. And so the only thing that I may have to do is if it's a brand new build or a newer neighborhood that's not pulling up on the maps, I'll have to go out and measure a property, or if it's an abnormal call, if they want to get landscaping or anything like that done, since it's not as automated as lawn maintenance or fertilization, which and weed control, which are our 2 main core services, then I'll have to go out and do a site visit for those. But that has been amazing. And then coupled with that, we use automations And we've actually been using Mike Callahan to build our automations, and that has absolutely changed our business. It's helping us to follow up with clients. In the background, it's following up. And, I'll just get a notification one day that, hey, so-and-so accepted a bid. And we're finding that through the automations and through following up with the clients, that on average, it's between 9 and 10 days from the time that they call in for a quote or email in or whatever, fill out one of our quote requests online. It's between 9 and 10 days of us following up with them that they actually become a client. So
how many touches are in that period?
Goodness, I want to say there is 5 touches between the initial contact and then becoming a client.
And how many of those are automated versus how many are a human?
I think 4 are automated and 1 is a human.
One's a call.
If 1 is a phone call.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Are you guys using texting?
Yes, texting is amazing. If you don't have the text feature in Service Autopilot, you need to get it. We have a lot of clients that are accepting jobs through text, requesting extra jobs, questions, concerns. They're all doing it through text, and we're finding that to be a lot faster and easier way to communicate with them than having to filter through all the pleasantries of a phone call that you have to go through, and then you finally get to the meat of the subject. Whereas with a text, it's just, hey, we're just wondering when the guys are going to be out, and we're able to look, let them know, okay, they'll be out on such and such day at approximately such and such time, and it's quick, it's easy, answers our questions, saves us time. Texting is amazing. That is how we have been able to have very few office personnel and do as much work as we do. We have 3 full-time maintenance crews, a fertilization and weed control crew, and this coming week we're rolling out a bed and bush crew / landscape crew. So we're rolling, and we've been able to do it through the automation stuff and through having partnering with the call center to be able to take care of all our stuff. It's changed our business.
You mentioned earlier that you have grown a lot this year.
Yes.
How much of that, because I know there was an acquisition, but then also how much of that do you think is that automated follow-up?
1/3 was the growth that the clientele that we already had. So that 1/3 was what we had. 1/3 was the acquisition, and then 1/3 was new growth through our follow-up. So we have literally tripled in size in the last 3 months, 4 months.
That's crazy.
It's been insane. It's been a crazy ride. It has definitely kept me very, very busy, but it's been a fun ride. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, it's kind of where we are.
Marvin, from the LCM channel, I want to thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Letting us come out here, especially during like a crazy growth season like that, taking the time out of your Saturday here to hang out with me, teach me some stuff,
yes, sir.
And show me around, man. Thanks
It's been
so
my
much.
pleasure. I love it. Thank you for coming out.